What's happening? I'm Iron Man from the music group theLottory, Showtime Records. You know who I am and you know what I does. I represent them Los Angeles Lakers for life. Hence the banner to my side. I'm going to talk about this game as quick as I possibly can. There's so much to talk about, but I'm going to get through it real quick because there are a lot of games and situations that needed to be discussed around the association. So I'm gonna get to that, especially the debut game of Jimmy Buckets Butler for the Philadelphia 76ers. We're gonna get to that in a second. Look at this against Orlando Magic. That's gonna be the next video I do. Please stay tuned for that. It's coming up very, very soon, within the next hour and a half. But right back to my boys playing the much hated Portland Trail Blazers with McCollum and Damian Lillard. They beat us, I believe, on opening night. We came back about a week ago. We beat them about a week ago. Okay, to exact a little bit of revenge. And now we got them back in our home building last night. And what were we gonna do? First off, everyone knows that, I don't know if everybody knows, but Rajon Rondo, he did get injured. I believe it was towards the end of the third quarter or maybe in the fourth quarter. It fractured his hand, his shooting hand, even though he doesn't shoot that much. So I guess you wouldn't think, it wouldn't be that much of a problem, but you do need him to hit some buckets. He's gonna be out about 2 months. Depending on whether he opts for surgery or not and whether he actually needs that, he's gonna be out for about 2 months. Get well soon. But I really didn't want to have him in the rotation. They believe in him so much. They want to man him the anchor. At least he wouldn't start no more. That's a step in the right direction. Good job, Luke. Okay. I really didn't want him to start. I wanted Lance to run more of the point guard position or point forward from the start, from the backup unit, and with Josh Hart sharing those duties, and that would give time for Svi Mykhailiuk, who is an excellent shooter and a little more athletic than we give him credit for. He's in his rookie season coming out of Kansas. He really needs to get some minutes instead of these DNPs. That means coach's decisions did not play that CDNP, but man, he's been getting a bunch of those. He needs to get some minutes. That's the only way he's going to get better. It was like, oh man, you need to get better. How can you get better if you're not playing? You got to get some minutes. I mean, like at least 8 minutes a game. You know, something, get a taste, get your feet wet. But hopefully they won't keep Brandon Ingram in the game for too long and then try to get him to run backup point guard. I don't want that. Man, let Lance do it. He's been playing point guard for most of his high school, I believe, and in college as well. But man, we need to let this guy do what he does. He can share those responsibilities with Josh Hart. At the end of last year, Josh Hart was playing very well on that second unit as the backup point guard, and also I believe he started a little bit. At least he had starters minutes when Lonzo Ball was out with that injury. So he availed himself very well playing that point guard position. So give him some minutes off the bench at that position, and don't bring in Don't bring in Brandon Ingram and overplay this guy and grind him into the ground. We definitely don't need that. We need them to play very well in a starting role. Okay, now that I've gotten through all that, man, the Portland Trail Blazers. They've been killing us for a while. We finally broke the streak of 16 games, I believe, last week. And now we had another game. This was in LA. And the Lakers came to show out. Now, hey man, everybody knows I didn't want LeBron James to come over there. I would have much more appreciated Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. But that didn't happen. So we got LeBron. Okay, LeBron has been half-assing it. He's been half-assing it this whole season, and he looked a little, heavy. I know he said, oh man, I want to play more off the ball, which hasn't happened. I mean, he tried for a little bit, but you can't teach an old dog new tricks, not calling him old. But, in NBA terms, he's been in there for quite a while, and he's used to what he do, and that's what makes him great, but doing what he does so very, very well. He hasn't been doing that, so it's kind of throwing him off. It's thrown off because they had a good rhythm going into the off season from last year. Now throwing this guy in, now the expectations are up, but it hasn't been working out. It hasn't been working out. Most of the problem has been because of lack of effort on his part, because everyone's unsure of themselves and everyone doesn't want to get traded. No one wants to step on any toes, and this guy's supposed to be great. Or how is he supposed to let these guys develop if he's being so great? The problem with the lineup, the rotations, and then we had the brawl, the brawl with the Rockets. That created a problem. But now Luke has done a great job kind of cementing this rotation that he's got, and they did an excellent pickup of getting Tyson Chandler. Why is Tyson Chandler? Is he great? Is he fantastic? Going to give us 20 points a night? No, of course not. But what he does is he fills a role, and he shifts LeBron instead of being that backup center or closing the game at the center, trying to make a death lineup like the Warriors. It was wearing him down. He's not a center. Even though he may have the size, the athletic ability, and the acumen to do it, he doesn't have the desire to do it. It wears him down on offense. And when you get worn down on offense, you get tired, it breaks your confidence. You know, I know he doesn't look like he's in great shape as he usually is. I know it's the beginning of the season, he's trying to play his way into shape. But man, he was looking really unathletic and didn't want to drive to the basket, all because his shot wasn't falling. He was shooting like 18% or something like that from the three-point line. And when that's not going, you start pressing on other parts of your game, and then they just start playing off of that because they know you're not hitting on the outside, so they're scooting back. So he's great at driving in. He can't drive in because they're just giving him 4 or 5 feet, daring them to take these shots. And then they're losing games. They're like, I don't know, is it not working out? Is the king already done? And all this other nonsense. It was a problem. It was affecting his entire game. So even if he could drive by people, even though he's not in the best shape right now, he didn't want to because he didn't want to go to the free throw line because he can't knock down shots. I mean, it's all started with the three. He had that side step last year. He would do a side step, knocking down threes at the end of last year, and everything was great throughout the playoffs. And that is like confidence just gone, just down to 2. And that's what created all the problems. In the last week or so, I'm like, he's been taking some super difficult and bad shots. Very bad shots. Ending the game against the Timberwolves, and somebody else is taking 2 30-foot threes for no reason right after they get tapped out by Tyson Chandler. That's horrible. We need to win these games. He'll tell you, like, man, a shooter's going to shoot, and you got to shoot your way into the game. You don't stop shooting. The only way to start making something, you got to keep shooting. Just keep shooting. And I guess that's what he was doing. Should he have been doing that during game time? If they're okay with it, I'm not really okay with it. I am not okay with that. That's why I didn't want him there in the first place with that nonsense. Work your way back into practice, okay? Stop giving these stupid ass interviews and work it out at practice. That's what you need to do. You got all the money, all the time in the world, all the facilities, everything, all the resources you could possibly need. There's no excuse for not being chasing greatness, striving for greatness. SFG, come on, man, bro. That's not SFG. But working your way into shape during the game time, that is not good. That's at the detriment of the rest of your team and the fans and the coaching staff. You know, so that's a problem. But last night, the guy, he's finally started to knock down some buckets, and all of a sudden, LeBron James looked like LeBron James.
Okay, can we start a new streak against these Portland Trail Blazers? LeBron said he getting warmed up. Oh, good steal. Good steal by Rondo. I like that. Oh, good. Oh, yeah. That L train on the break. It's still deadly. Oh, behind the back. Oh, step back. Oh, okay. Hold the form up. I like that. Look at he's feeling it now. Oh, no. The L train is now hitting jumpers from 30 feet. You've got a problem. The only one blazing right now is LeBron James. 23 points from passing. The great late Wilt Chamberlain. Look at this guy. He's looking to pull up. He's trying to put on the show. He said, I done shot my way back into it. And I can still go to the hole now. Oh, I feel good because the jumper's falling. Now my free throws are falling. I go to the lane. Now I got more energy. And I'm denying people down low. This guy, oh no. Come on, see Lonzo. You don't need to pass it to him that quick. Oh, no. Wow. Oh, it's showtime, man. It's showtime, man. Y'all boys got problems. Oh, he's got the ball. Oh, he's feeling it. I'm just going to go right by this guy. And one. Oh, we can't get the flagrant. Look at that. Oh, slap right to the face. Look, man, look, whether it was an accident or not, it still should have been a flagrant. Look at this right here. Oh, they said, you know what? We missed that call on that first one. We just going to go ahead. That wasn't a basketball play. He wasn't going for the ball. He just grabbed straight arm. That's how people get hurt. But look at I got this guy layman. Oh, I'm saying layman's terms. Buckets. And one. Take. You need some help. I can't guard this guy. He's feeling it. Oh, McGee rocking him to sleep. He said it's too easy. It's too easy. At the free throw line, see what I'm saying? When them jumpers start falling, all of a sudden I don't mind driving to the hole because now I can hit these free throws. Tyson Chandler, that vet, he knows what's going on right now. Greatness.
He's knocking down buckets now. I think he went like 5 or 6 from 3. He started feeling good. He's like, man, I worked my way back into it. I'm feeling good. I got the stroke going. I think he only missed like 2 free throws. Man, he was on point yesterday. He was on point. He was on point. Not only that, Luke Walton only had him in there for 36 minutes. I would prefer to have him in there for about 34, 33 minutes. I think he kept him in there those last couple of minutes because he wanted to get that triple-double. But they'll never say that. No, I was just trying to finish out the game, finish it up strong, show my guys. No, you wanted to get that triple-double. We know, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It was a historical 90 passed up Wilt Chamberlain for 5th on the all-time scoring leaders list. Kudos to you. He shot a super high percentage, like 65%. I'm not mad at all at his gameplay at all. And he did have like 4 turnovers, and that's not good. That's not good. He had like 9 assists and 4 turnovers. That is not 3-to-1 ratio. That is not great point guard. It's not good point guard. Definitely not the greatest of all time chasing ghost type, percentages. But we can let that go. We can let it slide because the rest of his game was on point. I mean, he did the damn thing. And but for everyone else who didn't really notice, when your shot's falling, and you feel like your offensive game, you feel like, oh, I can use this energy now. I'm feeling good. What does that do? That makes you decide, oh, I'm playing on defense now. He hadn't been playing defense the entire year. Why? Because the shot's not falling on offense. You don't want to play on defense. You're like, I don't know what's going on because you're too concerned about the offensive end of the court. Now, he's never been a great, one-on-one defensive player. I mean, there's hardly any of those in the league or anyone who's ever graced the league all time. But, he's above average especially because of his physical stature. But no one expects anybody to be a great one-on-one defender. And with the scheme that they have with the Lakers, they switch on everything. So all the time you end up with Lonzo Ball on Joel Embiid or JaVale McGee on Steph Curry. They start dancing. The problem with this is, with LeBron James being a superstar that he is, he usually has other people that aren't that great, but they're like specialty guys, like hit just straight 3-pointers, like Kyle Korver or Richard Jefferson, a tried and true veteran who's just gonna spend all his time on defense. And what's the guy with the flat top? Iman Shumpert, those kind of guys. They're like, I'll spend all my energy on defense to counteract LeBron not playing no help defense. That's the problem. He doesn't have any help defense. When you switch so much, you're gonna have advantages that go against you or disadvantages. JaVale McGee's gonna get took by Steph Curry every time. The problem is LeBron's over here and he drives in. He doesn't come on with that weak side help. He's like, and he starts wiping his hands off. Okay, well, I'll take the ball out, take it down the floor. You gotta come over. You gotta contest those because they're gonna get drove by because we're switching on everything. But if you're going to switch, you've got to help. You've got to provide there's got to be multiple rotations. You've got to help the helper, okay? And you've got to help. You've got to go in there. You can't just and let them get the layup or get the dunk and then blame the team like, oh, man, you can't guard your man. And you're like, oh, well, LeBron is never getting took. The reason why is because he's usually being hidden. They used to do that with Steph Curry, put him on the weakest offensive player in the game, like OG Anunoby. He played on the Raptors in the playoffs, and then he had Bogdanovich for the Pacers. These guys, then he had Miles. He was guarding Miles Turner. These guys averaged like 6 points a game at all during the entire season. So he's just over there resting on defense, and you don't even really notice. That's the problem. So now his shot was falling today, and he's got a little pep in his step, a little more bounce in his ounce. Bounce in his ounce. That don't even make sense. Bounce in the ounce. That was some old R&B songs or whatever. But the more bounce. But either way, he got a little more pep in his step. Okay, a little more hop. He was feeling real good about himself. So he was coming over and he was actually contesting these people. Damian Lillard would drive by, whoever, get by, come in. He was coming in, he was like, no, I'm coming in to help, and reject it, knocking that stuff out of bounds. And that makes a huge difference. And everybody else sees that's like, finally, now he's hitting on offense and he's playing defense with us. Man, it's hard for them to be beat. So everyone was like, oh man, how you gonna say they're gonna go to the finals? If they come and they play and do their part, do your job. Everyone comes and does their job, everything is great. Lonzo Ball had to shut down defense on this guy Damian Lillard. Shut down defense. Do you hear what I'm saying? Shut down defense. I think Damian Lillard shot like 34%. 34% from the field. He was just jacking shots up. Couldn't hit nothing. Of course, he played like 38 minutes, so he's going to accumulate some points, but it was super difficult. Lonzo Ball, he didn't get a bunch of blocks or anything like that, but he shut this guy down and made it super difficult for him to get buckets. And that's all you need. That's all you need. The unsung hero. Ain't nobody trading this guy. Ain't nobody trading Brandon Ingram. None of that nonsense. But all of it was held by his renewed confidence in his outside jumper. It just sprinkled down to everybody else. Now he wants to play defense. And he can drive to the hole now because people got to jump out on him. Now he can drive by with that wide body and power through people and get those calls because now he's making his free throws, so he don't mind going to the line. Okay, yeah. Now he's helping out on D, so everybody else wants to help each other out as well. Now you're getting onto the break because you're getting rebounds, you're contesting shots, you're getting these super difficult shots, you get the rebound instead of taking the ball out the net. Yeah, that's how it works. And all of that was helped. All that was held by getting Tyson Chandler so he could play the backup center role and move LeBron to that power forward / small forward role, whatever you want to call it. So he doesn't have to wear himself out anymore. And that's the bottom line. And that's what happened yesterday in the Staples Centers for my Los Angeles Lakers. You want to know everything else that happens in and outside the NBA and just in life in general? Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you'll learn it every time there's a brand new video. If you think they may enjoy the content, feel free to share this with your friends, your families, your homies, your neighbors, your BFFs forever, your boss, your co-workers, your fans, and your followers. I'm Iron Man from the music group theLottory, Showtime Records. And it's just how I see it. Be blessed and Godspeed.